Well, hello, it's Huey back again, and welcome, friends. And welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers in our crashed red ship on the moon with Pirates World. Yeah, except for one thing. We've got no more red ship out there. Wait for that spotlight to pass by, and as you can see, it's all gone, and that is a very big part thanks to our friend Will here, who's currently just chilling out, sitting at the table, admiring the design of the Purple Wasp. So as you can see here, we've got the holographic model of the Purple Wasp there on display, and very proud of that. And we've also got another engineer, and this is Sis Team, aka my daughters, who play on the same account. She did try and join the my game and had a few issues because her unfortunately her system is not really up to scratch. So for the time being, I've put her into the naughty corner because I don't know, because I need to keep her out of the way, and I don't want to kill her off. That way, if she does manage to, or if either of them manage to get on by some miracle, they'll be able to pick up where they left off. So what I thought we'd do today, since we're having an issue with resources, I think it's about time we build a mining ship. So if I turn on my HUD again, and we're going to have to start getting some some of the spare parts we've managed to acquire. Oh, before I head out, I want to grab some parts. So when you grab some parts, you're building a small ship, you really don't need more than, say, 100 steel plates. Let's grab 50 interior plates, 50 construction components. Motors are generally handy, so we'll grab 20 of those. We'll need a few small steel tubes, so I'll grab 20 of those. Computers, always very handy. We'll grab 40 for now. And what else do we need? Oh, let's grab 10. That's filled us up. So maybe we'll put some back. We'll put 4 back. And large steel tubes are a bit of a pain to carry, so I won't grab those. So let's grab some displays. That gives us 10. So that will be enough to get a good start on things. So I must remember, unlike a friend Will, who just ran out the door without closing the airlock properly, and we'll just head on out. And I want to double check my hydrogen. We're at 46, that should be enough. So, I do have a couple of other plans for the base. I've been thinking about the top here, and I did want to make a heavy armor section up here. But then I was thinking, hang on, this thing has a connector recessed right underneath, and there's really no way, you know, if it does become disconnected, it can still topple and do some damage. So what I was thinking is placing some heavy armor half blocks around this connector and have a little tiny elevated area, and maybe put another connector over here somewhere. And with the tower, what I should probably do, since it's off center, so as you can see, slightly to one side. So what I'd need to do is widen that a bit, possibly. Or I could just leave it as it is and just deal with it. It's not perfect. So it's and as you can see, I've done some stairs here. So we've got a way up onto the landing pad. And it is all from the outside, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Will did put down some conveyor tubing, and he had it running up along the top here. But what I thought would be better is if I had them running straight across the bottom section here. That way we can kind of encase them and hide them away and protect them. And I've gone and put some pillars, some nice round pillars, to make it look like, you know, the landing pad has a bit of structure. So all in all, I think it's looking quite good. So with the landing pad in front, it's looking very foreboding, this base. Yeah, it's going to be quite a nice little outpost. But anyway, mining ship. So the first thing you want to do is obviously put down your landing gear. So if we go into, I think it's, is it 2 or 3? There it is, 2. And it defaults to the large. So you hit 2 again, and it'll change to the small. Now this particular landing gear, I'm not fussed over what colour it should be at this stage, because I probably won't be keeping this one. So just pivot it around and make sure we're just above. And there we go, it should be locked on. So if you walk into it, it shouldn't fall over. No, used to have this issue where they wouldn't lock on, but they lock on even though they're not completely built. Should I weld it up? Probably not. Won't bother welding it up. Now what I want to do is build myself, oops, wrong one, build myself a vertical miner. And we're going to do this in ion drive. Since we've gone and grabbed a crap ton of uranium, we should be able to build this quite okay. So I want to give myself plenty of clearance. And there we go. That should be enough. Alright, don't need to build weld these up, because first thing I'm going to need is some way of storing stuff. And I think what I should do, instead of a medium cargo container, we're going to go all out. Since this is a low inventory setting world, I'm going to go for carg, and there we go, a large cargo container. So, and yeah, we definitely want our connectors on the sides. Yeah. So we'll pick ourselves a lovely colour. Should we go for the purple theme? Nah, let's go for a nice red one this time. And as you can see, it's got 3 large ports and 3 small ports. Now those, where you position those is going to be rather important, because I want to have 4 mining drills on this thing. So where to put them is definitely a good question. Let's see. Well, we've got, okay, so we want to put 1 on the bottom, I think, and have the other 2 on the large ports facing upwards. So now if we turn that round, it should be all large ports. So we'll have it like that. Make sure you're looking directly so that's nice and centered. And that should be fine. Yes. Alright, so you need to weld this up, and we won't have enough resources to completely do it, so we need more interior plates. We can get those now that we're connected up to the base, thanks to Will and his great ideas. We can go here and go int and find your interior plates. More than enough. And voila, 1 large cargo container. So the next thing I want to do is, since we've got 2 small ports on the side, and we've got a large here, here, and here, The next thing we want to do is put down an oxygen generator, because I don't plan on using any hydrogen to power the ship. However, it will need some way for us to breathe, especially since we're on the lunar surface. So if we have a look for our oxygen generator, and there it is, and we can put it like so. So this will be our forward. This is the way we'll be oriented in the forward position. So if we put that down there, that should be good. And this will, I will warn you, this will be a rather bizarre looking ship. And that's kind of deliberate, because it will be predominantly a vertical miner, although we'll have the option of being able to be taken into space, into deep space. So let's weld that up. Next, we want to put down our cockpit. So you'll notice I've done this a little bit differently than the other ship. I haven't put down a chassis. Well, I put down a support structure, but no chassis as such. Whoops, wrong one. Is it 3? There it is, 3. So let's put down our cockpit. Now we want to line these up with the... Come on. Alright, oh, there we go. Alright. Sometimes this is an issue, and you'll need to just quickly put down a couple of blocks underneath to make it line up the way you want. Yeah, sometimes one is fine, but I'm going to put down 2. Usually one's fine, but whatever. So if we put it down, oh, well, actually one would have been better to begin with. Not to worry. There we go. Back to 3. And there is our cockpit. And actually, those blocks being there is probably not a bad thing. I might even weld those up. Get a little bit of extra support. It kind of lines up nicely there. So let's weld this up as much as we can. We need more metal grids, construction components, and bulletproof glass. So we'll start with the bulletproof glass. GLASS, and we don't have enough. So we're going to need to produce some more. Let's just pump out 100. What else do we need? Interior plates. Grab a few of those. Oh no, we're good for interior plates, I think. Yeah.
Energy low.
There's metal grids and construction components, so we need to put some of those back. So we go to a large cargo container. And let's put a few of these back. So let's put, I don't know, 49 back. And oh, we don't need you. We do need you, so let's grab 10 of those. I think we only need 10, and we need construction components. So having lots of construction components for building a ship is usually not a bad idea. So I'm going to grab those, and now we can grab, hopefully, enough glass. Well, that's not a lot. So now it's built up to functionality. So what you could do, you could always put some parts back and, you know, keep welding that up, or you could just go on to the next thing and then come back to it. And as you can see, we still need to do a bit of repair work on the Purple Wasp, since we like idiots. Well, I'm the idiot. It was my idea. Full disclaimer, that was totally my idea, going out to that Mayday signal. The poor Purple Wasp didn't fare well. It actually, building a fighter is probably something I'm going to leave to Will. and maybe he can give you a few instructions on how to do that. But for the time being, we're building our mining ship, and one of the next things we're going to need is a power supply. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, I haven't given myself enough room. What am I going to do? Well, that's easy. There's a couple of things we can do. We can put one straight on the back, and then build a conveyor system for our mining drills, which I think I will do. So if we go to, we need a large reactor, I think, since we are going to be running quite a few ion drives. So if we go to LARGE and go for a large reactor, so we are going to need quite a few reactor components. Not as many as a large reactor, but still. So we want these on the side. I might even put this up a bit. No, I want it to line up with the small conveyor ports. So, first thing you do, is weld it up, and we need more metal grids, and we'll need reactor components. The first thing I'm going to grab is, since we've cleared up some room, is I'm going to grab some glass first, and that's done. Put the glass back. So type in LARGE for our large cargo container, and then grab the reactor components. This is going to take a few trips. And we need large steel tubes as well, but we're going to focus on the reactor components. Yep, plenty of uranium for us to put a little bit into that. That's those done. So now we need large steel tubes and metal grids. Oh, let's grab 5 gas and metal grids. Plenty. Oh, computers. Alright. Back we go. Grab computers. There they are. Well, these are going to come in handy, actually. So there we go. Now, before we plumb that up, we want to put some uranium into it. Otherwise, we won't be able to transfer any in there. So, let's fly down to our reactor. Grab a tiny bit of uranium. Shouldn't need too much. 20 uranium should do it. And then we go. And 20 uranium. Boom. So it's now powered. So if I need energy, I can always hop into my cockpit here. Now, a couple of things I want to do is put some connectors down, and the connectors will make things a lot easier for putting in some mining drills. I'm just looking here. Yeah, so I want to put 2 in the side. So we hit 3. And yes, that is covering up the conveyor ports. So putting them here might be a better plan. Or back here. In fact, I think that's going to be better. So put one there and one here. So you want to line those up. Oh, not like that. Oh dear. And this is the issue with the elite drills. There we go. So we hit 2, back into 3, and Weld those up. And we need motors and steel plates. So first thing, probably should just grab some steel plates because we are going to need more of those. And small steel tubes. So let's grab the motors first. So MOT, grab some motors, use those up. And small steel tubes. SMALL. You usually find them pretty easily if you do it that way. So back up we go, and there we go. And as you can see, they don't quite line up yet, but what we can do is put in a couple of conveyor junctions. And we need the small conveyor junctions, and I did have those. Yep, there they are. We don't want the tube, we want the... yeah, there we go. Whack a couple there, one here. And now that's all, that will be all connected. And given that this is really not for transporting anything other than ore, this should be more than fine. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is have a sorting system. Now, why would we need a sorting system, you ask? Well, they have made stone a bit more useful in Space Engineers, though not entirely. So let's get some energy first. And you want to have a stone sorting system, just to get rid of, because you're going to end up with way too much gravel. Your survival kits aren't going to be able to get through it all fast enough. You're just going to be burning energy to get rid of it all, and you're going to end up with a ton of gravel anyway. So best to get rid of most of it. So we're going to need to create something new on our menu, and that is a conveyor sorter. And we want a small conveyor sorter. This may actually unlock some new blocks, I don't know. So I think the best spot is going to be directly under the connector. And the reason is because if you've got nothing but stone, you can use well, everything's going to want to flow to the connector anyway, especially if you turn them on. So if you turn them on and hit them to collect all, it's going to collect everything, but then your sorter's going to pull out your stone. So you put those like so. Now with a vertical miner, it's not always going to work out particularly well. You're going to pick up more stone, it's going to cycle through, but for the most part, you're going to get rid of most of it. So we need motors. There we go. And we can put another new block, and that is the ejector. So the ejector, oops, not elector, ejector. There we go. So you normally only need a couple of these, especially for a 4-drill miner. Now some of your modded ships you're going to need a lot more, but we're only using vanilla, so this should be more than adequate. So we'll put those on underneath like so. And there's your conveyor sorter system. Now you can always set this up afterwards, but I'm going to set this up now just as a demonstration of what to do. So we go into the conveyor sorters. Select both of those. Okay, well we can only do them one at a time. So you want to hit drain all, and you want to go to whitelist. And then you want to scroll down and find gravel, just in case you happen to pick any up, and stone. So add stone, go back up, add gravel, and there we go. So make sure your drain all is on, and you do the same here. Drain all, whitelist, and down, nearly to the bottom, stone, and where are you, gravel. There we go. And there we go. So that's all sorted. Huh, pardon the pun. And the ejector, you turn your collect all to on, throw out to on, same with this one, on. Okay. So making sure that's all set up right. That one's all set up right. Ejector is on to throw out and collect all. And same with this one. So now we have a stone sorting system. So the next thing we want to do is, look, we've made ourselves a bit of a gap. But we want to connect we want to plumb our reactor into the system, but we also want to leave ourselves some room for some mining drills. Now I was thinking, look, this could be like a 4 drill miner, but maybe it could be a 6 drill, who knows. Excuse me. So well, let's have a quick look around. What have we got up there? Mining transport. Wonder if they'll fall into the gravity well again. That would be funny. So let's see. Well, first thing you can do is actually position your drills. So if we go into our tool, our whatever relevant tool menu you wish to use, hit G and look up drill, and there they are. These will take quite a few resources, and for the most part most drills are pointing forward like so, and we could do that, but I'm not going to. Today we're going to make a vertical miner, and to make a vertical miner you'll want to position your drills somewhere where they point in a downward fashion. Do we have enough steel plates? We do not. So we want to grab those first. So we look up steel. That's enough just to place it down. So we'll have a look here. That's no good. That's no good. And so most of the places aren't particularly great. We could put a couple at the back here, and that might actually work. Except for the fact then we won't be able to plumb in our excuse me, our reactor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them kind of like so. Actually, what I want to see is that doesn't work. So we could put it like that. Or the other thing you can do is make yourself a little platform under the ship and put the drills on that, which I think we might actually do. So we design ourselves a little even platform, and could do it like this. Actually, probably not a bad idea to put in some gyroscopes and an ore detector. So let's do that first. First thing, no, not you. I don't know if I had an ore detector still. I think I went over it. So we'll need an ore detector. So we type in ore, put in your ore detector, and probably a good spot. It's usually somewhere near the front of your ship. Excuse me. And we'll put it on this side, and then I think we had an antenna. Yep, we do. Put our antenna there. Let's turn around this way, and there we are. So we need detector components, and then we need radio components. DET, no detector components, we only need one. And then inventory, RAD for rad. Oh, and we need 4 of those, so I don't know if we can hold 4, but no, we can't hold any. Oh, okay, so let's put these steel plates back. Grab 4 of these. Are you kidding? Let's put back 14 of these. Grab what we can here, so we can grab 3. So the next trip we'll be able to grab 1 of these and a detector component. DET, grab that, come on, and RAD. We only need 1. So there's our ore detector and our antenna. So that's the beginnings of our mining vessel. So I think we'll leave the rest for the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed that and learned a few things along the way. But as I always say, thanks for joining us, folks, and bye for now.